Hello everyone, I am the Teflon Man, and a rather interesting thing happened today. I was just pondering around Twitter and saw political polls came up with something interesting. Calling in the U.S. military to supplement city police forces. Apparently 58% of the nation are in agreement that the military needs to come in and squash these disasters that have been labeled protests by mainstream media. I don't exactly like the military coming in. I was part of the military. I think our job is to protect Americans, but that line's getting pretty blurred right now. They're going to be called in to just subdue, I guess, these people that are just terrorizing, was it 30 states now? More than 30 states? So, this is just, let's just go through this. I mean, it's the Twitter thread is fairly comical, but I mean, this is a dangerous precedence where 58% of this country just wants these things squashed. They've been kept inside their houses for 2 months. They haven't been able to go do the things they want to do. And then some dumb cop does, just something terrible, and then we all suffer. Like, everybody is now suffering. The stores that we're going to reopen this upcoming week are now looted bare because some people are using what seems to be a good man's name to burn down all the things to which they hate. I don't really get it, but it's going to be an interesting next couple of days, folks. If it goes on longer than a week, hopefully the protesters will run out of things to steal, and hopefully they don't go for you. I have a get-out-of-jail-free bag. I'm going to go crash in the middle of nowhere, where my old man is a doomsday planner, and he has lots of stuff on his date farm. So, I hope you all are in a fairly good place. I hope you're all nowhere near an inner city. And may God have mercy on your souls. Regardless if you're an atheist or an agnostic or a paganist, may someone have mercy on your soul. Alright, let's begin. Ryan James goes on. The typical thing. It was right after Trump was elected. No! And then Alex says 60% bootlickers. No, it's not about them being bootlicked. They're afraid. You see these crazy people beating people to death in the streets, and you're not afraid? I think you have some cognitive dissonance right there, Mr. Alex. I get bent out of shape. There was a video I watched off what is it now? Tucker Carlson, where these guys are breaking into a jewelry store or something downstairs. A couple comes down there just to, confront them, say, please, go away. Basically just leave us alone. And they beat them. Like, the looters just beat them with a ladder and a 2x4. And the guy comes out, yelling in a whimpering voice, stay away from my wife, because they've already beat him up. And it's like, whatever you think ill of that man, he's at least trying to do something for his woman. And that's extremely honorable. And they're the kind of folks that, they're like, Trump, I might have hated you 3 weeks ago, but please save me from this carnage that is, this terror that I've been cursed with. Future proof that protesters were right all along. What are you talking about? How are the protesters right to burn down? They're not protesting. You throw that stone, you're not a protester anymore. You're a rioter. The protesters, okay, I don't think they're bad people. They're exercising their rights. But your rights don't involve looting and burning down buildings. I really do like Will C. here. Yep. Like I said, the Democrats lost all branches of federal government this week. Next guy, Jeff. As a Democrat, I agree. Democrats burning down democratic cities is a really bad look. And that's exactly it. There's a lot of people saying, oh, it's the white supremacists. Oh, it's this. They're trying to go in there and make Black Lives Matter, look bad. It's like, well, let's say it is, some of them doing that. You're really making it easy. You're really making it extremely easy for them to do this. And you're not stopping them. You're not putting up a fight against these evil white nationalists who are, making you look bad. I think it's probably because they're too busy looting and, stealing and running away and doing all these haphazard illegal things. It's not sinking while cities and small businesses burn. This gal, my heart just sank into my feet. But they don't care when people are losing their dreams and while their cities are burning because it probably hasn't hit her, wealthy neighborhood yet. This fruitcake. Americans really love fascism. No, they like, they need to have a heavy-handed approach because you have lunatics running on the streets. If there are people being beaten to death in the street for trying to defend their homes or their businesses, they are being beaten within an inch of their life. There is nothing you can say to me that says you are the good person in that situation. I understand an innocent man died by a really stupid cop that's now going to jail. Okay. I get it. You don't need to beat up random people within an inch of their life because they're just trying to protect the little things that they own. Your hate knows no bounds. Let's keep moving. It's illegal to use the military against U.S. citizens. That is not true, CEO of socialism. If there is a domestic problem which the current domestic forces cannot overtake, use of military is warranted. That is part of the UCMJ. For all those that don't know, the UCMJ is the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Muhammad, oh wow, you're telling me America is a fascist country through and through? Shocking. These people don't get it. Once they get these violent protesters burning down their house, they're gonna flip, just like a light switch. They're gonna go from F Trump, F these people, fascist, to please save me. My house is burning down. My business is burning down. Oh no! Are you for real? How stupid are you people? Just because it always reminds me of that a famous line from, I think it was Nietzsche, or at least it was based off of the Nazi Germany. First they came for the Polish, but I wasn't Polish, so I didn't stand for them. Then they came for, insert random other group, but I didn't stand for them because I wasn't one of them. Then when they came for me, there was no one left to stand up for me. It's like they don't want that to happen. They don't want, these people to destroy the country that everybody loves. And right here, violent protesters shocked when their looting gets a response. Yeah, it's a bunch of nihilistic children out there, and some of those children are older than I. This is disgusting. Actually destroying cities is disgusting. Yeah, absolutely. And this is exactly right here. This man sums it up. You made a choice between fascism and mass arson. Now you're all gonna, surprise Pikachu over how much people dislike cities burning. It's when are it's comical. These people are, some of these people are, I would dare say, retarded. It's like, who likes burning cities unless you're some kind of, pyro, just a pyro who wants to watch the world burn, like an anarcho, communist or something. I don't even know. It's crazy. This one, Eric, I ain't black W. Trump just won. Yeah, he did. People are, they're going to see him just crush these people, and it's going to be it's going to be a massacre. And I hope and pray for these kids to give up, go home, and call it a day. But I just don't think that's what's going to happen. I think there's going to be a lot of these unfortunate youth that are going to lose their lives out there because they've never had a hand raised against them. They've grown up in the generation where everybody's a winner and there's everything is fine and dandy and we live in rainbows and unicorns, and that's just not how things are. I put 5 years of my life out in active duty, and that's completely not how it is. And that's why people enlist in the military, so they can shield people from the truth, really. You go out there, you see the nastiest things, and you come home and you're like, why is everybody worried about what someone said on Twitter? But these people are going to get one heck of a rude awakening. The police state will come down, and anybody caught sympathizing with these, which are, they're now going to be terrorists under the Patriot Act. I don't like that. The Patriot Act is one of the worst things we've ever had in our country. But they're gonna do it, and it's a lot of people are gonna pay the price, and I just hope it's not the ultimate price. There's too many foolish children that don't understand what's at stake. They're picking a fight with the cops. The cops don't want to really hurt you. Yeah, they're authoritative. Yeah, blah 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 blah. F the popo, whatever. Sure, but the thing is, when you get the Army, when you get the Marine Corps, especially the Marine Corps, they don't dick around. If their lieutenant says jump, they ask how high, and they're very efficient at what they do. I really don't want to see what happens. I'd like this to be quelled. If it's just like Tiananmen Square or something, where they roll in the tanks and the people, they put up their hand, but at least it's something like that epic image. That I think would be fine. They stand up to the big dudes, and it's just like, okay, we understand we can't actually do anything against you. We've had our fun, basically, and then they're done. I just hope it's something like that. I really do not want, the authorized use of deadly force to these kids. And then a lot of them are their kids are 14, 15, 16, 17, and their parents don't care about them, which is the scariest part. It just keeps going down. It's just, only 30% have any ability to think. What do they mean? Only 30% of those polled are insane. Their cities are burning. It's not like they want a police state. Nobody wants a police state. That's not it. These people don't want fascism. They just don't want their car to get attacked by a bunch of people shouting Black Lives Matter when it's like I've never done anything wrong to a black person. Why are you shouting at me? Why they're freaking out. What more do you want from them? They're a bunch of good, decent people who never did anything wrong to these folks, and they're the ones that are taking the brunt for these people's anger. It's genuinely not fair. Because freedom specifically for racists, am I right? I don't get this. It's like it goes into the same thing. The Second Amendment protest, that was actually a protest. You know why it was actually a protest? Because no one shot anyone, nobody died, there weren't any rocks thrown, everybody was shaking hands and saying, "What's up, brah?" That's a protest. It was a show of, unity and power throughout a large grouping of people that genuinely did not want something done. That makes sense. Nobody died. There were more guns there, I should say firearms, than pretty much any other place in the country at that time. And not one person was killed. Think of that, folks. That's a protest. You didn't hear about any burnings or buildings burning down. That's a protest. This is not a protest, and that's the issue. I am black and I can't stand anarchy. It's not because you're black. That's just what the media tells you. You can be whatever you want. You can, any color of person can be stupid, and any color of person can be, wise to what's going on. These people are being manipulated. That's all it is. Anyway, folks, just please be safe. Just please be safe.